Let me share an extraordinary story with you. Karambu Ringera's remarkable journey of turning pain into purpose. My name is Yvonne Kawera. Karambu had just finished college when a traumatic experience changed her life completely. Amidst her studies, she faced a trauma of being in the wrong company, and a man she ended up with took advantage of her. What she did not know at this point is that she got pregnant from this incident. Of course, she informed this man of this incident, but he vanished, and she was left to deal with this situation alone. Then an idea came to mind.
When I went to this doctor's place, the thing that I remember was I reached the door and I couldn't get in. Like my feet refused to walk. In that turnaround, I am thinking, you're going to have to figure out where you're going to live because you can't go home pregnant. Sure. You have to figure out how you're going to take care of yourself. You have to figure out what you're going to do with this baby. I mean, there were that turnaround. It is like seconds, but it was like a whole year of all the things that were coming through my mind, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh.
To break the news to her parents, Karambu wrote a very long letter to them detailing everything that had happened. She wanted to face the challenge head on, but she hid the details of how she ended up pregnant. She just mentioned that she was sorry that she was indeed pregnant and that she had decided to keep it. So life went on, and she graduated while she was 3 months pregnant. Her whole life was ahead of her. She did not want to get rid of this child because she imagined the pain that she would have to go through and the guilt. And so she decides to tell the man again that she does not want him in her life. But this child she would raise alone. And again, she wrote a letter, but this time to him, telling him everything she wanted him to know.
I just want you to know, just in case this kid, when he grows one day, he wants to know his father. But I don't want anything to do with you. From the beginning, I knew I wasn't interested in having anything with a guy who behaves like that.
Yeah. So later, Karambu gave birth to a bouncing baby boy and named him Leo Mutuma. She struggled to raise him alone, juggling between work as a teacher and parenting, all alone. Life was beginning to fall into place for her and her child. And when he got to 3 years, the man showed up.
I was in Moranga, somewhere in the middle of nowhere, teaching. And this guy shows up with his friend. And he comes and asks me what are my plans. And I say, my plans are to go to school, nothing else.
Yeah.
So my suspicion is that he wanted to see whether I was ready to get married. And I said, I'm not ready to get married. I am not ready to get married, and not to him anyway. And at that point, I knew what I wanted to do was to go on with my education and take care of myself and this child.
Yeah.
So he left. But then after he left, I think he went and talked with his father. And then again, he came and said that, would I consider giving him the child to raise? And then I said, no, I can't give you the kid. I think the best thing would be if we shared raising him.
They later agreed to co-parent, and Karambu, wanting the best for her son, allowed him to go to his father during holidays. But things began to take a heartbreaking turn when the father began to poison his son's mind against his mother. One day, after one of the visits, he did not go back to his mother's home. She tried and tried to beg for them to allow her to even see him, but nothing was working. This is when she decided to take the battle to court. And of course, the ruling was in her favor. Despite winning the court battle, she went through another battle of trying to win back her son's trust all over again.
So my friend says, let's go look for him. I said, guy, do you know how it's like coming to Meru County and then figuring out where you're going to find someone? So she says, no, I have a friend in Kisumu. We will ask him to drive us to Kakamega because it's about, is it an hour or something like that? You will not believe this, that where we stopped for our driver to go and find out whether someone here knows this home.
Yeah.
That was this person's bar, my son's grandfather's bar. But there's a man seated at a table. So this man gives this guy the directions to this place. It was 10 miles from there. So we found our way into this place. The grandmother was at home. She just sees me and she's like, who showed you this place? So in their family, they used to call me that woman. Do you know that woman? So...
was your son there with them?
Yeah, he was there, but I think when she saw me, she went and hid him. Heartbroken,
Karambu decided to let go and trust that one day her son would come back to seek her. And the day arrived after 17 long years. After his father died, he went looking for his mother. Karambu describes those years of waiting before they met as the most painful and agonizing years of her life, second to only giving birth.
Sunday, very early in the morning, 6 a.m., I get a call. And I answer, and he says, "Hello, it's your son."
Oh.
And I'm like...
How did that make you feel?
I was like, "You know I'm your mother?" I didn't say that. And when we met, he told me that a day or two before he got my number, he had dreamt about me.
Oh.
So it means that it's something that he was thinking about.
Constantly, yeah.
So I asked him, when we met, we met somewhere in town, in Nairobi.
Yeah.
And I couldn't talk. I was crying and crying. I was just so emotional.
Karambu's story teaches us resilience, faith, and the transformative power of love. She's turned a personal tragedy into a beacon of hope for countless children, proving that even in our darkest moments, light and purpose can still shine through. Today, Karambu lives in a family of love where she raises children who have no parents and she gives them hope. Some have even left the country to pursue education overseas. Now, if that's not an inspiring story, I don't know what is. Thank you once again for staying with us till the end. My name is Yvonne Kawira. Keep it TUKO English.